Let's talk about the 1v1me situation. On December 17, 2025, 1v1me made a post on X saying, following an integrity review, we identified match manipulation, issued refunds to impacted stakers, and permanently shut down the league. And when you see something like this, you got to ask, what happened? What's going on? What kind of scandal, Terry Rozier bullshit is going on? Anyways, the people involved was TakeoverSZN, AyCartii, Streaky, and then some guy named Kristopher. All right, these were the people who were involved in this type of scandal, match manipulation, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you don't know what 1v1me is, it is a mobile app or website app where people can stake on professional gamers or anybody that just goes head to head across like titles, NBA 2K, Call of Duty, Madden, all these different types of genres. All right. And it was the 2K side was structured after the 2K League ended. When 1v1me was first created, people just like me and you could go on there and we can bet against each other. We could play each other and play now or on the 2s court, 3s court, and we could play each other for money with it, with like no middleman. 1v1me basically being the middleman so no one scams somebody, you know? Well, anyways, they did away with that once the 2K League ended, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but they did away with that anyways, and they started their own version of a 2K League, and they had all these people, the people I showed you previously, and people like us would just go on there and we would bet on who would win, you know, either Streaky or Chad Benz, you know. It was just something like that, you know. But that is essentially what 1v1me is or was up until December 17th. All right, so before we get into the big news, let's go over Streaky. Nathan Saboni, aka Streaky. He was not directly involved in the biggest issue that happened. He was actually, so what he did is he would directly or indirectly bet on matches that he was participating in. So he would bet on himself either to win or lose. And so I don't know if he was betting to lose or betting to win. I don't know which one he was betting on, but he was betting on himself. All right. And so that's obviously against their terms of service, against the rules. And that was one of the main, not the main reason. That was one of the reasons that the league got shut down. When you think he wasn't making enough money already, I think I'm just giving a rough estimate. I could be wrong. It could be way more than this, but monthly, I think he's making more than $3,000 a month plus other shit, other bonuses, all that other shit on top of that, you know, participating in this league. He also streams on Twitch. I mean, so he's making money. So he's got some greed to him. Now, I'm sure you've probably already heard about this 1v1me scandal, but if you haven't, I'm glad you're watching this video because honestly, it needs more light. This needs to be one of the biggest things that's talked about because it's wrong. Doing this type of things are wrong, completely wrong. I mean, you got all these people who are betting on you or somebody to win, and you just backdoor them because you and your homie want to make some extra money. It is wrong to do that. And I feel like this should be attached to these guys for the rest of their life. I mean, that is a really big deal. You know, if I'm too harsh, like, let me know in the comments if I'm being too harsh on these guys. But in my opinion, that is something that's really messed up. like that is completely that crosses the line when you mess with people's money, dude. Hard-earned money, and they want to try to make some extra money because they believe you can win a game, and you do that. You know, you worry about yourself. You know, you're already getting paid to go out there and play, sit in your chair and play the game. You're already getting paid, and so all you need to do is not do something like that. I mean, come on. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Let's go ahead and let's dig into the biggest reason that this league shut down. On December 10th, AyCartii played against a guy named Slump. Now, I don't know who Slump is, but he is actually not involved in any of this. So don't get that confused if I say Slump's name or anything like that. He was not involved in the match fixing. Now, I don't have any gameplay of, you know, the games they were playing that were fixed. I don't have any of that. I can't find it, or at least find what I'm looking for. But overall, AyCartii was sabotaging the game. He was missing shots he don't really miss. He was throwing bad inbound passes. There was a lot of other stuff that he was playing you know, deep, you just have to watch it to see for yourself. And so that's what quickly caught people's eye as to why, you know, the game was being fixed. On December 16th, Team Larcq versus Team TakeoverSZN. That is the next match fixing game. Now, Takeover played with Streaky during this match, but I don't think Streaky was directly involved in that type of match fixing apart from what I talked about earlier. TakeoverSZN pushed Streaky to use a popper build, which Streaky usually all the time would be on an inside build. People were asking, why does Takeover want Streaky to score so bad? Why does he force the popper to shoot every shot? So that was something that was talked about during that live stream of that gameplay, especially making Streaky play on a popper build when he mains inside. It's odd, you know. There was a time where Takeover ran out of bounds on an obvious rebound, like he was going for the rebound, and instead of boxing out, he ran out of bounds. I wish I had the gameplay. But he'd run out of bounds. His acting was bad too. He would say good shot, and he would fake rage just to make it seem real, and people caught on to that in the stream as well. He even had Streaky confused. Streaky said, "Yo gang, are you trolling, bro? Takeover, you're wide open and you're purposely like ... You know, he paused and he's like, that's not real, bro." So you know, man, something is going on, you know, and just the acting was just poor. It was something else, man. Anyways, during this match, that Kristopher guy that I mentioned earlier has apparently staked huge on this game for Larcq to win. Kristopher and TakeoverSZN coordinated this together and is trying to make, so I guess, some mega money because they're friends, and I guess he was trying to do him a favor. But I mean, that is crazy. Not only that, Kristopher also bet on AyCartii's game, so this was like a three-way bullshit scandal, and Streaky obviously betting on himself like an idiot. Why would you do that? Oh man, I mean, dude, this needs more light. People need to be talking about this. This needs to be like a permanent record. Like every time you see them, that there's got to be a title. It says a match fixer, match manipulator by their name, just so people know what kind of fucked up bullshit they got going on. 2K is cooked, man. The competitive scene's done. I mean, it is cooked, bro. Along with the already problem we have on the game, the cheaters, the Zenners, the people who are not getting banned for literally cheating. Their names even say, I'm cheating, I'm zenning, I'm using a Titan. Like, they have it in their names. They're streaming it. The top reps right now, the top 10 is cheating. Everyone on the top 10 is cheating, and there's nothing being done about it. And the problem with the original NBA 2K League is it was just boring, man. Like, nobody wanted to watch these professional guys. We wanted to watch these content creators, or we wanted to watch threes. We wanted to watch stuff like that. I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for everybody, so I don't know what everybody else wants. But to me, watching that 5-on-5, people I've never even heard of, that was pretty boring. And so I guess they just couldn't keep up with the salaries and all that, so they had to end the league. But I think they've turned it around to something more entertaining. I haven't really tuned into the new 2K League they've started with content creators and celebrities. You know, if you have, let me know how it is, because I might start checking it out. I mean, I don't know, but yeah. So to summarize all the bullshit, this app 1v1 me is a gambling, staking on, you know, head-to-head YouTubers, content creators, professional, quote-unquote professional players, and it got shut down due to people wanting to make some extra money. I mean, I don't understand what more money you need. You're already getting a pretty decent check just to sit in your chair and play the game. So, and this other guy, I mean, this Kristopher guy, I don't know who that is. I don't understand the situation there. If you know more about it than I do, the information I've gave today, if you know more, let me know. I would love to know more about this whole scandal. Anyways, I hope I shed some light for you guys on this situation that happened about a month and a half ago. This happened, And I know there's videos posted about it, but I want more videos of it. I want more people to talk about it because this is a pretty big deal. And anyways, I just want to let you guys know what's been going on in the 2K community apart from the day-to-day cheating that's going on. So anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Hit that subscribe button and I'm out. Peace.